Okay, I'd like to call this regular town board meeting of the town of Clinton to order on July 14, 2020. This meeting is being held via teleconferencing using Zoom with a YouTube live stream to the public due to the novel coronavirus COVID-19 emergency state and federal bans on large meetings or gatherings, and pursuant to the governor's executive order 202.1 issued on March 12, 2020, suspending the open meetings law. There is no audience participation. Members of the public may view the board meeting as it is live streamed on the town board video page on the Town of Clinton website, townofclinton.com. Okay, so I call the meeting to order. And there's no pledge to the flag because it's a little tricky on Zooming here. So we'll do a roll call vote for attendance. And as you will note, we do everything by roll call vote because nobody can hear or see who it is. So Supervisor Oberly is present here. Councilman Giuliano.
Here.
Councilman Witten.
Here.
Councilman Michael.
Here.
Councilwoman Cunningham.
Here.
And Town Clerk Mackin.
Here.
Okay, so we have a fully constituted board. We'll go into the first item of business, approval of minutes. I make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 9th, 2020 regular town board meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, now we go to roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano.
Aye.
Witten.
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Cunningham.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Next one is I make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 18, 2020 special meeting. Is there a second?
Dean Michael, aye.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Giuliano.
Aye.
Witten.
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Cunningham.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we'll go into supervisor's comments. We got a variety of topics here. Clinton Highway Superintendent Todd Mart is alerting the community that Browning, Fallkill, and Rimpf roads and the town complex driveways will have oil and stone road resurfacing starting on Wednesday, July 22nd and ending Friday, July 24th. That's next week if you need to check it out. Please make changes to your travel plans since there can be road closures as resurfacing is being done. Town complex parking will be on the north side of the library and in the highway areas. Entrance will be using the south highway entrance driveway. Other roads will be done over the summer, but they have not been scheduled yet. The town just moved into phase 4 on July 7th. There will be no change in the current mode of town operation. We have installed the proper plastic shielding to protect the town staff and obtaining COVID-19 virus PPE and cleaning supplies to minimize everyone's exposure to the virus. As you are aware, the purchase of the PPE and virus cleaning supplies are not easily obtained. We are having some in-person activity by appointment at this time. In the meanwhile, continue to use the phone, fax, emails, and the Dropbox on the porch of the town hall to get business transacted. This is a 2020 census reminder that you should have completed your 2020 census by now. The data for the town of Clinton on June 2nd shows about 60% of the households have registered. This is not very good. This should be 100% by now. In an effort to get 100% registration, the census staff is beginning limited field operation, is dropping off questionnaire packets at front doors of households in our area. In some cases, actual census takers will be coming to your home to record your census information. People can fill out their census online at www.my 2020 census.gov. They can also do so over phone by calling 844-330-2020 for English. They can also request the census form if one hasn't been dropped off already. Fill it out, mail it back. Everyone's completion of the 2020 census very soon will be appreciated. We received a free grant from Central Hudson to upgrade and install new LED lighting in Franmark Rec Park. This is one of the grants we did not receive a few years ago when we upgraded the town hall lighting. This year, the county senior picnics are much different than existed in previous years. The same of local governments will hold their picnics instead of tents and tables in a park as a drive-through at a new location. The town of Clinton will still be with the town of Hyde Park on August 18 at Regina Charity Church in Hyde Park with pickup of a bagged lunch. All seniors will be receiving a card with registration information and listing the time and place of pickup. You must pre-register to get a bagged lunch. End of supervisor's comments. New business. Start off with Councilman Whitten.
So we have a person that bought 4 graves in Schultzville in 1997, and they interred someone in one of those graves in May of 2006. The other 3 graves are open. They were purchased for $200 each, and the owner would now like to sell them back to the town for the price that he paid for them. So this is an approval to spend $600 in cemetery funds to buy back the 3 graves. Elliot Werner has a form to implement the transaction based on the New York State Division of Cemeteries templates when we pass this. So I make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves refunding $600 to Donald Becker for 3 no longer needed burial plots in Schultzville Cemetery that were originally purchased in 1997.
Is there a second?
Giuliano, second.
Okay, roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Nay.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried.
Just to clarify, I was against it to begin with. I don't think that the town should be in the business of buying back grave sites. So that's my nay. Obviously, financially, we're selling the grave sites for more than that. So profitability, yes, it's a good deal. But I just didn't think the town should be in that business. Question, you jumped over old business.
There was none listed here.
There's none listed, but I do have some old business that I'd like to talk about.
Can we go through all of this and we'll jump back to that? Or
Okay.
is it dependent on what's following?
Nope, that's fine.
Okay, let's finish the sequence and then we'll pop back to that. Okay, approve updated cemetery rules and regulations.
So this came about because we have someone who wanted to inter cremated remains, and we had nothing in our rules and regulations about it. So Shane made the changes for that to happen. And then we clarified, per Nancy's suggestion, we clarified that work in the cemetery may be done by town employees or their designated agents so that we allow for outside contractors. And Shane clarified the language around buying graves back from an owner, as we just did in the previous motion. I know, Ray, that you sent about an hour ago some suggestions you had for the rules and regulations. I'd like to hold off on those, and I'll look over them and send them to Shane, see what he says, and we can do this again next month.
Okay.
But it's important that we pass this tonight because we don't want to keep that family waiting to inter the remains of their loved one. And we need to do this in order for them to be allowed to bury those remains. So I make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves resolution number 28 of 2020, cemetery rules and regulations, replacing resolution number 56 of 2018.
Is there a second?
Michael, second.
Okay, do a roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, the next one is updated fee schedule.
And this came about because of the cemeteries again. There was basically a simple issue of wording. In the fee schedule, it said plot instead of grave. Plots were $750, where in fact a plot is 8 graves, and it should be one grave is $750. So we changed the wording. So in reality, a single grave is $750, and we can alleviate some confusion. So I make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves resolution number 29 of 2020, the fee schedule replacing resolution number 25 of 2019. The schedule adds updated cemetery information.
Okay, is there a second?
Giuliano second.
Okay, roll call vote.
I have a question.
Yep.
So the fee schedule, just because I don't remember exactly what we discussed when we discussed all the fees to begin with, is the conventional burial, adult, infant, and other. Is that what we're collecting, or is that what the vendor is collecting?
That's what we collect.
Okay.
And then they pay a separate fee to the people doing the contractors that bury or dig the grave and do all the work and the foundations and everything.
I mean, I would just say that we should put, I know it says, payments to cemetery-related activities. I just think, an added note that, the additional fees of the vendors are not listed here, just so that people are not confused by that.
It says payment for any cemetery-related activities not listed
Yeah.
will be handled directly between the plot owner and the vendor. You want clarifying language on that?
Yeah, just a little note that the actual burial is not included in these fees. And I know that Ray had sent you comments. I'm sorry I didn't send you the comments earlier.
About the rules?
Yeah, about the rules, number 18. And I know Nancy sent you something on the burial depth.
Yeah.
Just further thinking about that a grave shall be dug to a depth of 3.5.
Too shallow.
I think that should be at least the minimum, or the top of the grave.
Yeah.
Be at least the depth of 3.5, not the whole grave. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you take a coffin
Yeah, it should.
and
It
bury
should
it 3.5
be
feet,
the top.
you're basically at the surface. So I would
Yeah.
just add in that little language that says that the top of whatever, whether it be the remains of
So- So Dean, yeah, that was one of my concerns too, and spoke to Mike on that, and I think there's certain requirements or suggestions that the state recommends that we need to sit and go over to put into that. I think the purpose was to get this for the person to move forward, and then I think Ray actually had some of the same comments. I think you had some same comments that I have regarding that we got to sit down and figure out what the state requirements. I think Michael, you sent me a list of right off with the state's website, I assume.
Yeah. And I'm sure that Elliot, I mean, as a cemetery custodian, I'm going to send him all of these comments, and we'll work on it over the next month and make sure that we can alleviate any concerns. I will say that I think we were all raised to believe that people are buried at 6 feet, and that's rarely true.
Well, I think the old 6 foot was so that animals wouldn't dig you up.
Yeah.
Since you're actually in a coffin, they don't really dig you up anymore, but
Yeah.
If you're in a vault, anyway.
you're in a vault, yeah.
All right.
Still, the way the language says on 18 is it will be dug to a depth of 3.5.
Yeah, that needs to be
Plus
clarified.
another 2 feet for a coffin
Yeah.
at the surface. That would be way too low.
Yeah, I agree. So for the fee schedule, can we pass it with the understanding that we will add actual burial not included in these fees?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for roll call?
Yeah.
Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, the next one is the auction contract.
Yep.
There's one mistake in the motion. This is last time's motion. It shouldn't be Auctions International. It should be Absolution Auctions and Realty Incorporated. That's what the actual document shows, that this thing.
Well, I'm just going through this here for the motion.
Absolute
So,
auctions.
So the motion's correct, except it's the wrong company.
Name.
so it's, yeah, all right, hold on. So absolute,
Auctions
yeah.
And Realty.
Realty Incorporated.
I'm just going, give me a second here. I'm just writing it down here. And Realty. Okay, so we got to work on to approve this online auction contract. I'd like to make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Let it be resolved, the town board approves resolution number 30 of 2020, a contract between the town of Clinton and Absolute Auctions and Realty for the sale of government vehicles, machinery, equipment, and all other surplus assets by the online auction.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
D. Michael second.
Any discussion? It's just a repeat of the previous one, different company. Okay, roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Is it
Giuliano, aye.
Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. The next one is purchase of a used surplus roadside mower. The Dutchess County Highway Department has declared surplus a roadside mower that we desperately need. The one we have is on its last legs and can fall apart any day now and not be operational. And we don't want to make hay along the roads because it's growing pretty fast. So Todd, the highway superintendent, negotiated the purchase of this from the county, and it was pending the delivery of replacement roadside mowers. And they came in, and we're just trying to get the invoice so we can pay them for it and pick it up at Millbrook. So I make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves the purchase of the used surplus roadside mower, a John Deere Model 5310 tractor with a two-wheel drive flare side mower and a rear safety bar with a county ID of GDJ. And it's located in the Millbrook Outpost for a cost not to exceed $5,000. Is there a second?
D. Michael second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, just so when I spoke to Todd regarding this, we currently are renting a mower at a cost of $6,000 a month if they're using the full time on that. So in essence, for between the cost and the outright of buying, it works more into our favor to get this deal. This is a pretty good deal.
Well, we actually only used it for 1 month, 1 week, and it's sitting here waiting to be picked up by the company we're renting it from. So,
But if we were to buy one outright, it's a lot cheaper.
yeah, so I mean, it's cost effective in doing this.
Yes.
Roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten, Michael.
Aye. Aye.
Okay. Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, now the next one is Rec Park. Nancy?
Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that, we had talked in the recent past about trying to do some needed upgrades and repairs in Friends Park. And we are close to asking that the board approve these particular improvements, which are sorely needed, such as the fence being replaced and the roof on the bathrooms, et cetera, it's very poor shape. We've got some plumbing issues, et cetera. I still don't have all of the bids, although we're close. So between now and the next meeting, I'm hoping even before that, I can present something to everyone online, and we can all be on the same page with making these improvements. The funds, for everyone's information, do not come out of the town budget. They come out of a separate fund that is held aside just for this kind of thing. So I just wanted everybody to know that. But because of the bids that we need to have more than one bid, for instance, on the bathroom. So I'm hoping that in the next couple of days we'll have more than one and we can move forward to make this happen. This is a good time to make it happen. We'd like to figure out if we're going to be able to open the park at all before the end of the seasons, but this would be an issue. So we'll hold it over from this meeting and hopefully do something in the near future, okay?
So the next item on the agenda is the resolution for the swimming park.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I flipped the page. Yes, as hopefully everyone knows, we have opened the park to swimming. That, along with picnics, walking, and hiking, are the only activities that we are now approving for the park. We're still undecided if we're going to open up the park for other activities, although we would like to, but it's a matter of being able to meet all the COVID responsibilities if you do that. So that's still an issue. But for now, I'd like to make a motion that the town board approve the following resolution, that the town board approve resolution number 31 of 2020 to allow swimming in Franmark Park beginning on July 3rd, 2020.
Giuliano second.
Okay. All right. Dean, you want to do the roll call? I don't know where Ray is.
Well, there, he's on mute.
Ray, you're on mute there.
I'm unmuted now. I didn't know. I didn't do anything. I don't know how it unmuted. Okay, the question I have is, do we have any guidance down at the park as to who is counting people coming and going? And what are the counts available for people who's swimming or not? Because there are various rules and regulations on those things, and who's responsible for enforcing them at the park.
We have a lot of things that we're required to do by because of COVID and by the county, and we are adhering to all of them. Temperatures are being taken. The gate guards are also doing counts. Everything is going according to the requirements at this point. The problem we've got is, can we open up and meet the requirements for the rest of the park at the season? I'm not sure. Okay.
Is it written down so they have it in their hot hands at the gate guard and the lifeguard positions?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do they have it written down so they have it available for reference? Because
we have
a
logs.
copy of it up here. We don't know what it is.
We have logs so that we can show on a daily basis who's done what, both at the lifeguard station and also all the cleaning of the bathrooms, etc. We have all those logs, and they're kept daily.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for logs. I just looking for procedures or policies.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready for roll call? Okay, Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, now we'll jump back to the other stuff and then we'll go to the stuff that was added. So we'll go to Dean Michael's request for old business.
So under old business, we've been a long time coming with this highway contract, and it's really gotten to a boil point that the guys are really dissatisfied that we haven't agreed upon, and it's not, really any one person's fault, but it's 7 months now. We need to at least retroactively approve their pay raise. We're just wordsmithing at this point. And I know that you just got the final version. I'm sure you haven't looked at it, but for nothing else, I think we need to give them their pay raise.
I agree.
I agree also.
Without the contract, you can't give them raises.
But you have the contract and it's signed by them.
And didn't we approve the contract? We approved it with the question of just making a couple wordsmith changes on it. So the contract was approved. That was back in March.
Yeah.
We had a document that was not contained at that time that was approved by them. We had a contract, but it wasn't approved by them. They did not sign anything at that time.
We all approved the wording of the way it was, that just needed a couple of changes. And we've gone back and forth a couple of times and even added in more changes.
Howie
I'm
just
saying
brought this at 5
You have a
o'clock
signed
today.
contract in your hand right now.
Yeah.
I would say, let's approve the pay raise, and we can wordsmith all you want. I just think we need to go and get them the pay that they deserve.
I agree with you, Dean. 100%. Enough's enough. We're going to take good people and we're going to cause issues, and we're trying to get beyond it. Everyone's getting a little stressed here through this whole COVID thing. This has been an ongoing issue. I've said it every meeting. I know Dean said it, and I'm sure everyone else has said somewhere. It's time. Let's move forward with it.
Yeah, they've been working for 7 months in good faith that they're going to get paid, and I think it's about time we paid them.
They're going to get paid. We've done this before. I mean, this is
Yeah,
not.
Yeah, but this is not norm. This is not right.
I
Right?
also heard that we've also made these exceptions and paid them in the past. It was
I have not
part of my
seen
time.
before in the past.
I heard that under Fran, it was done, and I heard also maybe one time under you as well. But
No, I don't. recall
nonetheless,
ever.
you have a signed contract in your hands. We've all agreed to it. It's just, you're wordsmithing it, and I think we need to show the good faith and give them the pay raise. If there's something that more needs to be changed, that's fine. We'll get it done. But at this point, we need to pay them.
Well, I told them I'd have it done by noon tomorrow. I gotta have time to look at it, and I just got it.
Well, the only thing that's changed, the pay is, we all agreed upon as far as the pay goes within the contract. It's just the changes on the wordsmithing that if I would have known this going back several months ago, I would have never held off and said, okay, it was a change a couple words. It wasn't to start rewriting the whole contract, right? I think enough's enough.
Well, contracts are things you're gonna follow for 3 years, and if it's not right.
Yeah, but you know what? That just because things aren't done, we're nitpicking at words, right?
That's what contracts are.
Oh, no, I do contracts every day, right? It's not like that.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you don't, but I've been in this a long time, and I've seen
All
a
right.
lot of
It
these.
doesn't matter how long anyone's been in it. It's about
Okay,
doing
so-
what's right.
Okay. So, I'm not taking any action here. If somebody's gonna take action, fine. I'm not. I'll see it tomorrow. If I sign it, I'll sign it. Now,
But then we have to approve it. Then we have to approve it, which is another
all I do is
delay.
sign it.
Well, we've already approved it.
All do
I
is
know.
So, Ray,
So
I would
is
like.
it, let me ask the question.
Yeah.
There's a right thing to do, and there's a legal thing to do. The right thing is to pay them now, and is it illegal to pay them now?
Without a contract, yeah. The contract specifies their pay.
I mean, I agree with the board. This is
I make
absolutely.
a motion that we approve the contract and we pay the employees retroactively back to January 1.
And that's in the contract, that's in the MOU.
I know it is, but I'm making a motion that we approve the contract and we move forward.
Giuliano seconds that.
Any further discussion? Okay.
Not.
What? Somebody said something? Roll call vote then. Oberly, nay.
Giuliano, aye.
Yep. Whitton,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried.
Ray, I'd like to also request that while you're going over this and you have your answer by noon tomorrow, that you email the entire board and we know what that answer is, so we know if you've signed it or not.
As I say, I got a document from Howie. He said he got it from Dean. Now, I've never gotten anything from Dean. I gave Dean my comments, so I never got them back. So I'm looking at this output for the first time.
All right, I just want to make sure that we're all updated on what's happening and if it's been signed.
Okay, anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
That's old business, okay? Now we hop into the new stuff, the added things here. Let me just find out where I am.
Okay, are we moving on?
Yep,
Yep, you're on number 8.
yeah,
Okay, all right. So, that's Ray, right?
Yep,
yep,
yes.
okay. The town received new information from the Bank of Greene County on the SIB rather, bond interest rate reduction from 1.9 to 1.7% for the purchase of the 2 new snowplow trucks. The town board must agree to the reduction today so the paperwork can be processed before the bond is executed later this year. So that's the background on it. I just found that out just like around lunchtime. I make a motion that the town board approves of following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves accepting the SIB bond interest rate reduction from 1.9 to 1.7 for the purchase of 2 snowplow trucks from Bank of Greene County. Is there a second?
Dean Michael, second.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay. The next one is county snowplow contract. Highway Superintendent Todd Martin wished to add a major portion of Hollow Road as we have done earlier, since we must travel over this section of the road to get to the many town roads. The additional income will help offset the cost of the bond for the purchase of the 2 new snowplow trucks. So I make a motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves amending its Dutchess County snowplow contract to add Hollow Road CR 14 from North Quaker Lane to the Taconic State Parkway for the 2020-2021 snowplow season with increasing funding for the town. Is there a second?
Dean Michael, second.
Okay, ready for roll call? Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. The next one is good news. The highway department is using an auction service to sell its surplus equipment. This is the first of several being considered this year. The town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves the sale price for these highway items sold by Auctions International. A Dunuser digger F-8 PTO's auger post hole digger for $540 and an Inversely BF-180 sickle mower for $1,075. Is there a second?
Second. Dean Michael.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Cunningham.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Now, here's this other motion's a little, yeah, it's needed to make the auction process work. We need to approve the offered bid prices within 48 hours of the bid closing. The town must approve the bids to complete the process. To ensure we meet this time requirement, I suggest that the town supervisor and the highway superintendent be authorized to accept the bids and not needing to set up very quickly a town board meeting, because who knows how fast these may need to be done. So that's the background. So I make the motion that the town board approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves giving the town supervisor and highway superintendent the authority at their discretion to approve the bids obtained through the sale of surplus equipment during the auction process. Is there a second?
Dean Michael, second. I got a question. Should we not make an inventory list and for our own purposes, maybe determine a value, and then as long as it's within a certain range, that bid should be accepted?
The auction houses asked for.
I'm saying for us internally, not that we're anything that we're going to give to the auction house.
Some of these things we work with the auction house to get their feel on what their price what they think the price will be, or we talk to dealers what their used market is that they have.
Well, that's fine. Then that would be the parameter that we should work within.
Yeah,
I believe in the past, certain pieces of equipment we did put a minimum on
there's
in the
minimums,
event.
there's minimums on all of these that we did.
So as long as it's not going below the minimum, then, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes it's like $20 below the minimum. I mean, you're gonna fight a bid or not for that.
Do we already know the minimums, or is this the minimums are basically?
Well, the
based off-
minimums are put on when the bid goes, when the auction goes on.
Okay, so that's when they evaluate and sit
Yeah,
down.
Todd would normally pick those for pieces
Right.
of equipment.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't know what used post hole diggers go for. I mean, I could find out and study it and all, but he's got people in various fields. I could give him that information, and that's what we use as a basis. Any more discussion? Okay, roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Next,
Ready for resignations and appointments?
yeah, did we do two? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I
Okay.
just did two. Number 10, the sale of the two items. I did that in my list.
Okay.
Cunningham is gonna do some resignations appointments.
Right. This first one is the appointment of Samantha Campbell to clerk. I'd like to ask she has been working in the town as a student clerk. So I'd ask make a motion that the board approve the following, that approves the change from Samantha Campbell from student clerk to clerk. I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Let me start again. Make a motion that the town board approve change from student clerk to clerk for Samantha Campbell effective July 14, 2020 at the same rate of pay of $12.72 per hour as a substitute worker.
Is there a second?
Giuliano, second.
Okay, any further discussion? She just graduated from high school, that's why she changed titles. Roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
did you say something?
We said aye.
Oh,
Aye.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Next one.
Next one is that I'd like to make a motion that the town board also approve George Ashworth as a lifeguard, the term effective July 5th through September 7th, 2020, at the rate of pay $12.72 per hour.
Is there a second?
Dean Michael, second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Whitten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, off to approval of warrants.
Make a motion, be it approved, the following resolution, be it resolved, geez, that the town board approves the July general fund warrant vouchers number 278 through 339 totaling $28,683.39. And the July highway fund warrant vouchers number 143 through 159 totaling $36,671.26. Is there a second?
Giuliano.
Second.
Okay, ready for a roll call vote? Here we go. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. The next one is to move funds to make sure we don't go down too much on the various accounts. I make a motion that the town board moves the following resolution, approves the following resolution. Be it resolved that the town board approves the resolution number of 2020, a motion to move funds at the July 14th, 2020 town board meeting. Is there a second?
Dean Michaels, second.
Any discussion? All, a roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. This is the supervisor's report. I make a motion that the town board approves the June 2020 supervisor's report. Is there a second?
Dean Michaels, second.
Discussion? Roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. Okay, so that concludes the regular part of the town board meeting. And now we're going to switch over to an executive session.
Hey, Ray, just before we conclude that, Todd just asked me to reiterate one just quick thing for everyone. Since we don't have the waste oil tanks anymore, so anyone who's listening, there's been some people dropping some stuff off and leaving it there. We're no longer taking waste oil. I know it's on the highway report that he had a note on there. And then there was one other issue. There's we got to make sure on July 4th, since the garbage pickup at the town was not there, people were just dropping off garbage on the side of the property over there, and request, please, unless we have, they're there to take it, please don't drop the garbage off, because our guys are taking the time to clean up, and then the animals and everything. Use caution with that and not drop your garbage.
Okay. So at this point, I turn the executive session over to Councilman Witten.
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss a personnel matter.
Is there a second?
Dean Michaels, second.
Roll call vote. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. We're now in executive session. So we'll do a formal adjournment. Make a motion that the town board adjourns the meeting. Is there a second?
Dean Michaels, second.
Roll call. Oberly, aye. Giuliano,
Aye.
Witten,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
motion carried. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Okay.